Hello Clarets and welcome back to Turf Moor for today's game against Luton Town. Welcome to our new pre-match show where we'll be bringing you all the match day build-up this season and following Burnley's new adventure in the Championship. We'll be here up until kick-off where you can switch over to Clarets Plus for live exclusive audio commentary or a full match stream in selected territories around the globe. Pleased to say, got a really special guest here today, Lola Ogunbote, who is head of women's football at Burnley. Great to see you, Lola. What a fantastic few weeks it's been.
I'm very excited to be here today, and obviously it's just a good time for football, good time for women, so it's really pleasing to be included on today's show.
There's plenty to talk about. What a fantastic day it was in the final to beat Germany 2-1.
I mean, you know, Germany, England, that rivalry's been going for such a long time, and so it's just been great to pull one over on them actually, and obviously for the women it's a great occasion. So much
more on that, Lola. We'll come back to that shortly. The team news is in. Let me just whip through that for everybody. It's Vincent Kompany's first home game in charge of Burnley. Luton were beaten in the playoff semi-finals by Huddersfield Town last season. Of course, Burnley won at Huddersfield last week. For Burnley, same 11, no changes. Benson comes in on the bench. So Burnley line up like this: Aaron Muric in goal, Connor Roberts, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Gareth Taylor, Ian Matson, the scorer last week, at the back. Jack Cork, Josh Cullen in holding roles. Dara Costello, Josh Brownhill, Samuel Bastian in midfield. Ashley Barnes up front. So we think 4-2-3-1. On the bench, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, CJ Egan-Riley, Manuel Benson, signed yesterday from Royal Antwerp. Big signing for Burnley. Luke McNally, Vitinho, Adam Phillips and Owen Dodson. There's no Matt Lowton, he's suspended. Jay Rodriguez or Johan Berg-Gudmundsson, they're both injured, as is Kevin Long. Maxwell Cornet left the club and we wish him well. He's gone to West Ham United and we wish Maxwell all the best in his future career. For Luton, Nathan Jones in charge of the Hatters. They finished 6th in the Championship last season and they had 9 wins away, 9 defeats away. Striker Coley Woodrow has rejoined the club from Barnsley after 11 years away. He's on the bench today. Goalkeeper Ethan Horvath is on loan from Nottingham Forest. Luke Freeman has joined them from Sheffield United, and striker Carlton Morris, like Woodrow, has come from Barnsley. Let's have a look at their side. They're normally 3-5-2. Horvath in goal. Gabby Osher will play right centre-back. Sonny Bradley, the captain, in the centre. Dan Potts, left centre-back. Midfield 5, right to left, James Bree, Alan Campbell, the Scottish international, Luke Freeman, Jordan Clark, the former Accrington Stanley player, and Mari Bell. Ahead of them, Elijah Adebayo was their top scorer last season, signed from Walsall, 6'4". Look out for him. He really has done well in the last couple of seasons. Alongside him, Harry Cornick, the former Bournemouth striker. On the bench, Matt Macy, reserve keeper, Tom Lockyer, Luke Berry, Carlton Morris, Coley Woodrow we mentioned, Henry Lansbury and Reece Burke. You've got to go back 15 years since these two sides last met. Luton have been in non-league football since. Fantastic achievement for them to get back. Goalless draw here. Burnley won 2-0 at Kenilworth Road. Andy Gray got both goals. Our referee is experienced Select 2 official Darren Bond. His only previous Burnley game here at Turf Moor was the League Cup tie against Leeds United in 2017. So that's all the team news for you. Of course, Burnley started the season in July with that 1-0 win at Huddersfield. Certainly one player, Lola, that impressed was Ian Matson.
Yes, great signing, off the mark, quick. He looks like he's definitely going to be a great addition to the team.
He looks a Chelsea player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and you know that's part and parcel of the attraction of working under somebody like Vincent Kompany, attracting that kind of talent to the club, and I only can see that being a positive for the team, and so it's a good thing that he's got off the mark. He's got a goal, and keeping an eye on him today.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be great today down that left wing. Yeah. Let's have a look at last week's highlights. Matson immediately looking to drive forward. What's he got ahead of him here? Matson uses Barnes, done it by Barnes. Brownhill trying to run onto it. Will it fall here? It will! Burnley lead! Brilliant! And there's a goal for Ian Matson on his Burnley debut. The Clarets lead, super goal. Really good finish from the Dutchman. He took it so well, right-footed. And we've played 18 minutes. Burnley lead here by a goal to nil. Huddersfield Town nil. Burnley 1. A goal for Ian Matson on debut. What about that?
Well, no more than they deserve.
Now can Burnley collect this through Costello? Looking to get the ball inside. Still got it, Costello. Can he lay off? Does do. Touch on is nice for Cullen. Cullen looking again for Court. Can he get there? Saved by the keeper. It's a lovely move. Lovely 1-2. It was Roberts, in fact. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It was Roberts with the 1-2 and getting on the end of it. Driving at Burnley now. He's certainly made a difference since he came on. Should get here now. Ball back into the middle. Can Burnley clear it? Not away properly. Still not away properly. We'll get it away now. Oh, missed kick. And just over. Shot over. No corner. I'm going to say that might be their first shot on target. Or first shot and goal, sorry. Taylor will retrieve. Try to get a cross in here, Charlie. Oh, it's a decent ball, isn't it? Right in there. Header one, saved at the near post by Nichols. Once the referee's ready, we're underway. Not sure that wall's quite 10 yards, but here's Twine. Let's see what he can do here. To Graham! It's against the post. What a free kick that was. The keeper moved to his left-hand side and it hit the post. Fantastic from Twine. That's what he can do. Burnley have won it. Brilliant. Great win on the opening day. Ian Maatson with the goal on 18 minutes. Burnley had to dig deep second half. Defended well. It's a big, big result on the opening day for Burnley. There was bound to be new season nerves, but I thought they played really well last Friday.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us we were anticipating what to expect, how Vincent was going to set up the team and how the new players were going to fit in. But I think watching the game, it was exciting, it was fast-paced, it was a lot different to what I'm sure a lot of fans were expecting. So yes, it sets us up nicely for this season to see how this team will start to gel. There's a lot of new signings, and so it's good to have fresh talent and fresh blood, but we want to see them kind of gel together, and that's hopefully building on from last week what we'll see today.
Do the fans have to be a little bit patient, Lola? Because they're used to perhaps a more direct style. It's going to come from the keeper. The keeper's going to put his foot on the ball a little bit. Yeah. He's going to need a little bit of patience, perhaps. Yeah. I think naturally we're talking about 2 games into the season, so it's very early days. There are good signs, of course, and slow and steady wins the race in that sense. And I think the gaffer's been very clear about that. This is going to be a process. He obviously wants to win. Fans do as well, but it's going to take a bit of time. Yes, I'm sure it will. But he's brought in some very good young players. Yeah. I know we've lost players, but he's brought in some quality young players. Yeah, really good. And it's exciting to have a young team balanced, of course, with players that we've kept that have experience. And so one would hope that balance does well for the team overall. Young, exciting and experienced and level-headed, so it's a good combination. Absolutely. Let's hear from Vincent Kompany. He spoke to the press on Thursday ahead of this game. Let's hear from Vincent Kompany now.
Clearly, Friday was the result you wanted, and I know there were things that you were happy with in the performance. Is it about getting a base to build from? Is it about having those fundamentals and then going from there?
Yeah, and look, I just to be consistent throughout the season, I'm not someone who judges based on one performance. So let's have a block of games and let's have a look at what the team's been able to do. But for now, I can't deny that it's at least given us a way to make everyone at least understand where we're trying to get. Unfortunately, can we promise it every week? We'll see. At this moment in time, our goal is to make sure that at some point this season, this becomes a consistent reflection of who we are.
Is it satisfying though to be a work in progress and to want to need that time, but to be able to get results in the process?
It's I think as a coach you don't get a lot of satisfaction. You get the satisfaction of the victory. Lasts about 12 hours until you wake up the next morning, and then you just move on and you see you build up the week with a lot of threats you can see from the next opposition and for all they are, and then you finish the week with a lot of opportunities in your head where you think if you approach a game in such and such way you might get something out of it.
Just as far as this game is concerned then, you've spoken previously about the character of the club and wanting to retain that and embrace it.
Yeah.
Does that make it an exciting prospect going to Turf Moor and playing in front of the Burnley supporters in a league game?
Well, look, it's a home game. It's a full house. I can I can talk as much as I want about the game plan for that game, but really the players have got to. All I want is just the energy we were able to share on Friday. It's what I want to feel in the next game. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be a reflection of who we are. My main concern is that for Saturday. Make sure that there's plenty of energy in the team and that they go for it.
Welcome back. Lola with me, of course, head of Burnley's women's football. Style of play, when people were talking about 4-2-2-2, it's a little bit different to that on Friday, wasn't it? Because Costello was a touch wider, so I thought it's more 4-2-3-1.
Yes, I'd agree with that. And I think, listen, there's time to tweak and change. I think different personnel will bring out different formations, and we've got to see how that fits in. He's going to have to adjust that to the opposition, of course, take into consideration who he's playing, how he sets up. But I think today we might have to see a bit of changes if personnel changes as well. So it's one to just keep an eye out for.
It's a massive chance for young Dara, isn't it?
Yes.
Dara Costello.
Yeah.
It's emphasised that his name is Costello. Before your time, there were two comedians, Abbott and Costello, but he's definitely Costello. So he wants that to be absolutely clear.
Yeah,
he could have scored, couldn't he?
Yeah, came close.
Yes,
came close.
Yeah. I mean, plenty to look forward to.
Yeah.
I just feel it's a long season, isn't it? You don't want to get carried away from one result.
You don't, and it would be naive to, but also we've got to take positives from what we have seen as well. So
of course, yes.
It's a mixture of the two.
You sort of celebrate the win, but quickly get back on level ground and work again.
Yeah, you get back to reality really quickly, but it's a long season, more games than we had last season, of course.
Yeah.
So we've got to make sure that we're prepared for that.
Was it always going to be a summer of change? Players moving on, wanting to keep Premier League status, and we were looking to bring the average age down, which is clever, isn't it? Because we're bringing in a more youthful, energetic side.
Yeah, and I think, for a lot of people who are fans and who have looked at that, I think, and I hope, that they see that this is a long-term vision. This is an investment into youth, which will carry the team forward as we seek to get back into the Premier League. And so, yes, naturally, there are people that are going to want to go on and keep Premier League status, and we can understand that. We've lost Cornet, for example, to West Ham, and great player for the club. But we wish him well. We know that he's that quality of player that will want to push on.
Yes.
But also, it gives us an opportunity to invest in our young players and give them a chance to show what they're about in this league as well.
And another young player joined us this week.
Yes.
Manuel Benson from Royal Antwerp. I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Yes, very exciting to see him, and obviously with the links that he's probably had, there's reasons why he's been brought in, so it'll be good to see him as well.
And Vincent Kompany, I know all about him from the Belgium League.
Yep. And that's you trust that he's done that because he's seen something in him that's going to help him on pitch. So we're looking forward to seeing how he performs as well.
Let's hear from Manuel Benson now.
Yeah.
Benson, welcome to Burnley Football Club. How excited are you to be here?
Thank you. I'm very excited. It's a new adventure for me, so I heard a lot of good things, so I'm really can't wait to start.
And when was it when you first heard about the move and the interest of coming to Burnley?
Yeah, I would say like very soon after the club got in contact with me, so I had a good feeling already from the start, so I was 100% convinced that it would be good for me here.
And working under manager Vincent Kompany, did he play a big part in you joining Burnley?
Yes, of course, because we had a talk together that really convinced me 100% to come here, and obviously I know him and what he did in Belgium, so I had no regrets or doubts to come here with him.
And you've become signing number 10 so far this summer window for Burnley. Are you excited that there's a new project, a new club and a new team coming together here?
Yes, of course, and a lot of signings, so that means I will not be the only one trying to fit in, but I think everybody I've met till now are very good guys, very sweet, so I feel good already here, so I will get to know everyone better, and I don't think it changes a lot if you sign new or if you're already here from a long time. Everybody is just good with each other.
And we played our first match on Friday and beat Huddersfield Town 1-0. Did you get to see much of that game? Have you seen any of that?
Yeah, I saw the game. I really liked it, the way they was playing. So yeah, for me it's even more exciting to be here and to be part of it. And even just watching them, I already felt a part of it. So I can't wait.
And finally, are you looking forward to being at Turf Moor, meeting the fans and your new supporters?
Yeah, I've been trying for days now to visit the stadium, so I think I'll do this afternoon. But I'm really excited to be there and to see all the fans. I heard about the atmosphere here around, so yeah, I really can't wait to be on the pitch and to show myself and to see all the fans.
That was Manuel Benson, Burnley's latest signing. It's 11 if you include Seb Thompson, 10 if you don't. Seb Thompson with the under-21s perhaps on Monday. They play Charlton at home at Leyland. Go along and support that if you can. It's a 2 o'clock kick-off. Lola's here alongside me. Hard work keeping up with all the new signings.
Yeah.
Do forgive me if I make a mistake at some stage.
No, that's fine. But it's exciting though, bringing in new blood and watching them gel together. It's a good time. It's a good time for the team, and hopefully, we can see that transform on the pitch today.
The lads have done fantastic. The lads and girls, got to include Rebecca in that, have done fantastic with the reveal videos.
Yes.
Even I took part in one of them, Spoof on Friends, which I didn't realise. But it's a great sort of atmosphere at the club. People are excited to see the youngsters. Yeah,
new season, new start, new beginnings. It brings a little bit of hope, brings a little bit of faith back into the fans, and hopefully, the lads come through and show that faith is well placed. So it's exciting to have new things to celebrate with the club, and hopefully a new way of playing and a new way of winning.
It's a big summer for both men's and women. We mustn't forget that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And what a moment when substitute Chloe Kelly got her first international goal on Sunday to win that tournament.
Yeah, I mean, what a moment for the country, what a moment for football, what a moment for women in football. It's just, we were saying just before, England against Germany, probably one of the biggest footballing rivalries there are. And so for us to get one over on them and to win a big major tournament and to do that at Wembley, you couldn't have written it any better than that.
I fancied them at the start.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wiegman is an experienced coach. He's won it with the Netherlands last time. Yeah. I had a feeling they'd be very, very close. Yeah. And that proved the case. Some great wins along the way. I thought Spain was a fantastic win. Spain looked a good side. Yeah,
Spain looked a good side. And throughout the tournament, we'd kind of been cruising, and to show the ability in some of the games to kind of go behind and come back. It is important. Showed a test of character. We came through. And then we played Germany, and it was almost reminiscent of last year with Italy. Like, we went ahead, and you want to get excited, you're not sure, and then it gets level, and suddenly there's panic.
Yeah.
You might have had faith, but I panicked. I absolutely panicked and thought, are we going to get it through? And then we go to extra time, and it's you couldn't have written it any better. Fairy tale ending, and well deserved. I think. I don't think we didn't have an easy route into this. We beat Sweden as well comfortably, who have led the way in Europe and on the world stage, and so. This wasn't an easy ride at all.
Beth Mead was the player of the tournament. She was fantastic, wasn't she?
Yeah, Beth Mead has been unbelievable. Player of the tournament, most goals, and just an exciting player to watch. Comes alive in the box and scores goals and came through for us. And so she's had a great season. And I was really pleased for her to kind of come in and put her stamp on the game. She'd been injured in other tournaments.
Yes.
Hadn't been able to play, missed out, and that could psychologically impact a player. But she came on and didn't look fazed by the occasion. Played the way she's been playing at Arsenal, just played and played well, and it was exciting to see.
Georgia Stanway's goal against Spain was a key moment as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Exciting as well, and similarly to what we're talking about here, young players coming in, young players making an impact.
Yeah, very few of the girls are over 30, I read.
Very few. Average age of the team is quite low.
Yes.
And so...
World Cup next year.
looks good. Friendly against the US in October, which is already sold out within the first hour. 65,000 tickets. So that's
gives you an
amazing.
idea of the sort of wave of enthusiasm.
Yeah, the appetite for the game, and I think for a lot of people that it might seem like it's just a recent thing, but there has been appetite. It's just not been put on a bigger stage, and what we've seen with this last tournament is if we put it on a big stage, people want to see it. People want to go to games. People want to go and buy tickets. People want to buy shirts, and so we just need to provide the opportunity for them to do so.
Yes, I have a feeling the next few years are going to be massive.
Yeah, going to be huge.
And how does that transform to Burnley? You've got a partnership with Burnley College now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You were down there the other day. I know you were on BBC Radio Lancashire, weren't you, and Channel 5?
Yes.
We're just previewing that. Tell us about that partnership.
Yeah, so, as a first team, everybody knows that, for it to be a good pathway, we need a funnel.
Yes.
And in order to do that, we need young players coming through. And our view was, let's collaborate with the college in Burnley, for Burnley, get young players that are showing talent to come into our pathway and eventually feed into our first team. And so it made natural sense that two very big institutions in Burnley would come together for women's football and make that a possibility. So we have this pathway. We're encouraging girls who think they're of that level to apply to Burnley College and to get onto that pathway, and we would support them with their football and hope that they then become the future of Burnley Women's Football Club.
Lola, I was a little bit concerned that some girls don't get the opportunity to play football at school. I was a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken for granted that all schools have the ability to roll out football sessions for girls. It's a given for the boys, but it's not necessarily been that way for girls.
No.
And we need to do more.
How does that change now?
I think it's initiatives that are happening already need more funding. We've got a lot of grassroots clubs doing great work, but we need to have access in schools. We need access earlier. So we're calling on institutions, we're calling on the government to provide funding so that girls can have that opportunity.
That's important,
it's very important.
Absolutely. Yeah, Rachel Brown-Finnis has done a pice for us in the programme today, and we'll hear from Vicky Sparks for the whole game.
Yes.
So we'll keep that momentum going in the programme.
Yeah.
Best of luck for the start of the season. When is that?
21st, Sunday 21st of August. We're away at Derby for our first game of the season, and then we'll be home the next week. So we're at the Lancashire FA this season, which
at Leyland.
Leyland, yes. And so we definitely want to encourage all fans, where possible, to come and support, come and watch.
Yes. They tend to be 2 o'clock kickoffs on a Sunday, don't they?
Yes, that's right.
They're well publicised on our website.
On the website, on the social media pages, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All the fixtures are now live on those.
Some new signings as well. I noticed Leah Embley's back.
Yes, Leah Embley's back from Burnley, and we're excited to have her back at the club. Was a major player for Brighouse last season.
Yes.
Over 20 goals.
Yes.
And so we were keen to add that to our repertoire. We're good in attack anyway, and adding her makes a huge difference to our threat up top.
I saw Jonathan Morgan the other day at Gawthorpe. About 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
He's a very enthusiastic man, isn't he? He'll take us the next step further.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who knows about the trajectory of what Jonathan Morgan has done with Leicester, he took them from a tier similar to this all the way to WSL. And that, for me, was one of the key things about signing him. He knows how to win. He's a natural winner. He wants to win. And that is being bred into the club, into the girls. His preparation, his level of detail, his experience, his expertise that he's bringing from the WSL is by far ahead of, I would say, any team in our Tier 3 at the moment. And so the girls are now training and looking like a professional outfit. He's bringing that expertise, those stats, that development, the nutrition, all of it, to make sure that we have the best chance of winning. And I back us as a team to do that.
And all those home games are going to be on TikTok.
Yep, we have a partnership with TikTok. We're in our 2nd year. We're live streaming to as many people that can watch and want to tune in.
Thousands watch that.
Hundreds of thousands come in, and we've had a great numbers.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And it's just an opportunity to get us out to a wider audience. We're getting people.
The figures are astounding.
Yeah, they are. And you've got people from America, from Asia, from Africa, all tuning in to watch us. And
there'll be more this season,
and
I'm
I hope
sure.
there will be more this season.
I'm sure there will be. Back to today. Let's have a look back. Luton Town against Burnley. I did say it's a little while since they've faced each other, but we can go back to an Akinbaye hat-trick and when midfielder John Spicer had to go in goal. Let's have a look back. 2005.
Spicer's through ball has caught Luton cold here, and Akinbaye's got a clear run and he's tucked it away. First blood to Burnley with quarter of an hour gone. Spicer looking for Akinbaye. Oh, stunning goal. 2 for Burnley and 2 for Adi Akinbaye. Foley's long ball for Howard to chase, but he's overhit that. Oh, Jensen, clear handball. And what's worse for Burnley, there's no sub-keeper on the bench. Midfielder John Spicer has drawn the short straw. Dean Morgan with the corner. Howard's header, and the captain leads by example. Akinbaye trying to show Barnett a clean pair of heels. That must be a penalty. Akinbaye against Beresford, never in doubt. It's his first hat-trick for 6 years. Morgan to take. Howard got highest again. Feeney, yes, 3-2. The match ball going home with hat-trick hero Adi Akinbaye. Even a man down, Burnley win it by 3-2.
Let's hope for a similar result today. 3-2 at Kenilworth Road back in 2005. Those days there wasn't necessarily a keeper on the bench. Wow. It's not that long ago, is it? 17 years, but wow. I mean, just having a sort of a think about today. Luton might be a little bit more physical than Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Burnley did boss that first half. The possession counts were amazing. The stats were out of this world.
Yeah, we started strong, started quick, kept the ball quite well, had attacks on the wing. So, it is a different style of play that Luton will bring versus Huddersfield. But, I'm sure that's already been flagged in the analysis and adjustments have been made to make sure that we're ready for that challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure we are. I'm sure we are. Every team in the Championship's a little bit different.
Yes.
And you get the impression Vincent Kompany's big on data.
Yeah, big on data. He wants to keep the ball and he wants to play attacking football. We've heard him say that previously. So that's what we can look out for today. Good possession numbers and hopefully good and quick transitions into attack.
He's very impressive, isn't he, in press conferences?
Yeah.
Considering this is his first job in England, he seems very comfortable in a press conference environment.
Yeah, I don't think it's too surprising given his history in the Premier League as a player, as a captain. He would have been in front of camera quite a lot. It's obviously a different role that he's doing now as the gaffer here at Burnley. So he seems comfortable. He seems calm. He seems to bring a real cool presence. Doesn't seem to come across as someone who's going to panic very quickly. He seems orderly. Seems organised. Knows what he wants.
Yeah, one thing I didn't mention in the team news, there's no Scott Twine on the bench today. Looked like he had a problem before the free kick at Huddersfield. Let's hope that's nothing too serious. We'll get more details after the game. But we want to have another look at Vincent Kompany on Thursday. He spoke to the press ahead of today's game against Luton Town.
Clearly, Friday was the result you wanted, and I know there were things that you were happy with in the performance. Is it about getting a base to build from? Is it about having those fundamentals and then going from there?
Yeah, and look, I just to be consistent throughout the season, I'm not someone who judges based on one performance. So let's have a block of games and let's have a look at what the team's been able to do. But for now, I can't deny that it's at least given us a way to make everyone at least understand where we're trying to get. Unfortunately, can we promise it every week? We'll see. At this moment in time, our goal is to make sure that at some point this season, this becomes a consistent reflection of who we are.
Is it satisfying though to be a work in progress and to want to need that time, but to be able to get results in the process?
It's I think as a coach, you don't get a lot of satisfaction. You get the satisfaction of the victory. Lasts about 12 hours until you wake up the next morning, and then you just move on and you see you build up the week with a lot of threats you can see from the next opposition and for all they are, and then you finish the week with a lot of opportunities in your head where you think, if you approach a game in such and such way, you might get something out of it.
Just as far as this game is concerned then, you've spoken previously about the character of the club and wanting to retain that and embrace it.
Yeah.
Does that make it an exciting prospect, going to Turf Moor and playing in front of the Burnley supporters in a league game?
Well, look, it's a home game. It's a full house. I can talk as much as I want about the game plan for that game, but really the players have got to. All I want is just the energy we were able to share on Friday. It's what I want to feel in the next game. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be a reflection of who we are. My main concern is that for Saturday. Make sure that there's plenty of energy in the team and that they go for it.
Welcome back. Lola Ogunbote's with me. She's head of women's football at Burnley. Luton were in non-league football not too long ago. They've had a fantastic rise, finished 6th in the Championship last season, missed out in the playoff semi-finals. They're certainly punching above their weight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, we can't go into this game underestimating what they're going to bring. They're going to be a lot more probably aggressive and physical than Huddersfield were in their game. And so we've got to set up right. We've got to make sure that we're good in our defence and we're stopping those kind of attacks coming in. And
you're a fantastic advertisement for this season's shirt. I've got to say, it does look magnificent. It's playing homage to 91-92 when we won the basement division.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic shirt.
It's fantastic. It's cool. It's fresh. It's retro.
It's a bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everything you wanted a shirt, and so it's great that we've got this, and obviously the women's team are included in that front of shirt
that's
as well.
That's the first time that's happened, isn't it? Both wear the same shirt, which is great.
Yeah, which is great. And if you're in Turf Moor and you're at the club shop, you can see it big and proud on the shop window. That's a great sign for us.
And it's selling really well. I understand first day sales were a record.
Record sales, yeah. I've spoken to the head of retail over there, James, who's delighted with the fact that that's gone really, really well.
Because the business side is important.
Oh, it is. Any club is reliant on its income, and so for the shirt to do so well on its first day record signing is credit to those people behind the scenes who made that partnership happen.
We've been up here a little while, that the atmosphere now starting to build.
Yeah, fans are here in full voice and just getting close to kick-off now. So yes, looking forward to the game starting.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's almost a full house.
Yeah, almost.
Considering Burnley were relegated, that is fantastic.
Yeah, and I think Burnley as a town, as a place, this football is the heart of the town, and so there was no doubt that fans wouldn't come back. They want to see good football, and I think we'll continue to support the team throughout the rest of the season.
We talked in the programme about new era, new dawn.
Yeah.
It is that, isn't it? It's a restart, a refresh.
It is, and it's fresh. It's new. It's exciting. It's a time for the fans to rally around the players, to rally around the new manager, and I think they will do that. I think they've been excited about the change.
To him, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And he's quality. We've seen him play as a player. We've seen how he conducts himself, and there's no doubt that those same qualities will be what stands him in good stead as the manager here at Burnley Football Club.
He looked managerial material, didn't he, when he was playing? I mean, it's easy to say that now, isn't it?
But
you always thought he was going to be a manager.
Yeah, I mean, he was captain of teams that won the Premier League, won FA Cups. He knows how to win. He's been in winning teams, and that's what we want here at Burnley. We want somebody who knows how to win.
Because they didn't win trophies, City, until obviously the takeover, and then when he came, they won the FA Cup in 2011, and they hadn't won anything for 30 plus years. And then 4 Premier League titles for Vincent Kompany. He'll have learnt something from all those managers. Yeah,
and I think, for him, he was a key player. It wasn't just, the takeover came. Vincent Kompany was synonymous with Man City. He was their star player. He was the guy that led the line from the back. You knew when he wasn't on the pitch, he was missed. And so he was a big presence, and that's what he's going to bring here today. He's a big presence. Young players want to come to Burnley to play for him and play for the club, and that's important.
You sense it's a big day, don't you? If we can get, winning early on in the season, we can be really competitive at this level.
Yeah, if you think about the season in 6-game blocks, it's important that we get off to a good start, and his first home game as well. We want to see a win. And there he is.
What a reception he's getting.
Yeah,
almost right on cue.
Yeah.
You know, they've taken to him. You know, he's a real presence.
Yes.
He's a real character.
Yeah.
And he's done ever so well in football. And let's hope that's the case this season.
Absolutely.
What a reception that is.
It's a great reception. Great reception. It's so good to hear the fans just appreciating what he's done in such little time.
He was quick to praise people here as well, wasn't he? In the facilities at Gawthorpe, he was quick to praise all that.
Yeah, you know, he knows he's been at big clubs like Man City. He knows, you know, the budgets and big stuff like that. But he also accepts, you know, we're doing what we can to make sure that this is a great environment for him and for the young players coming in. It's a great time, great time.
It's great to see, great atmosphere, a bit spine-tingling, isn't it? Yeah. You know, after disappointment,
yes,
everybody's, you know, pointing in the right direction here.
Yeah, it's a sign of a new start, new era, and we're excited. We're really, really excited for him, for his backroom staff, for the players, and more importantly, excited for the fans.
Yes.
That they can have that pride back in their club.
You just feel first goal important. I probably say that every week, Lola, but just more than ever today. Yeah. First goal important.
Yeah, first goal.
And here come the teams. Fantastic reception from the crowd here at Turf Moor. Close to a full house, which is a great response. Let's have a look at the Burnley lineup. Aaron Muric in goal, Connor Roberts at right back, Ian Matson at left back. He scored at Huddersfield last week. Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Charlie Taylor in defence. Jack Cork, Josh Cullen in midfield. Big day for Dara Costello, his home debut. He'll play alongside Josh Brownhill and Samuel Bastion. Up front, Ashley Barnes. On the bench for Burnley, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, CJ Egan-Riley, Manuel Benson, who's joined the club from Royal Antwerp this week, Luke McNally, Vitinho did so well as a sub at Huddersfield, Adam Phillips and Owen Dodgson. For Luton, they normally go 3-5-2. Ethan Horvath, American international keeper in goal. Gabby Osho, Sonny Bradley, Dan Potts, the defensive three. James Bree play right wing back. Amari Bell, the former Blackburn defender, at left wing back. Alan Campbell, Luke Freeman, Jordan Clark in the centre. Then last season's top scorer Elijah Adebayo up front alongside Harry Cornick. On the bench for Luton, Matt Macy, Tom Lockyer, Luke Berry's a big player for them. Carlton Morris, big striker who's come from Barnsley. Corley Woodrow was at Luton as a youngster, back after 11 years away. Henri Lansbury and Reece Burke. Darren Bond is our referee. Burnley in claret and blue, of course, and Luton in their away strip, all navy blue or all black. Referees in a nice little orange and black shorts, black socks. We're set almost to get underway. I'm amazed how good the atmosphere is, Lola.
Yeah, it's electric in here, Phil, and that's what we want. Get right behind the team from the off and hope we can snatch an early goal.
Yes, definitely. I mean, last week went very well, but it's only one game. Nobody was getting carried away, and the manager was quick to point that out after. It's about 46 games in the Championship. It's a real slog, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long haul. It's a long season. There's extra games. So, rightly so, he's taking one game at a time. He's not going to get carried away, but we want to see a win tonight. We want to see a win today at Turf Moor, at home for the first home game of the season.
Jack Cork is the Burnley skipper. Sonny Bradley for Luton. Bradley was signed from Plymouth, previously at Hull. Luton group hug outside the centre circle. Burnley are ready to get underway. Darren Bond, the official. We're expecting Burnley's similar system to last week, with Costello playing on the right-hand side. Luton breakaway. And we're set to get underway. Burnley attacking the Barnfield Construction stand end, the away end. Luton will get us underway. Just waiting the referee's whistle. I think it's 6 Turf Moor debuts in the start.